So speaking of this media thing being a sacrifice, this way, in terms of, you'll have to take the back seat and showcase the other interesting person. Because the other guy that you're going to showcase, there's a reason why you took that camera in front of that guy. He was interesting in one way or another. Whether it was funny, whether it was weird, whether he had... There's so many reasons that people have that made you take that camera in front of that person. Take the sacrifice of having the back seat and let the creative person or the weird person be who they are as you showcase the camera towards them. But when you make all this money from all that, maybe you're showcasing a person who had just bought maybe a brand new car. You've gone to show him, this specific person has just bought his new car, so he wants to flex. In front of us, you showcase us that. People give their opinions around it and all this and all this. But then maybe behind the scenes you realize, this guy didn't actually buy this car. Then behind the scenes, you yourself, you're making enough money that to buy that car. You decide, you know what? I'm not going to showcase that fake person showing the fake car. I'm going to show my real car that I bought. That led to the decline of the Kenyan media space, the digital space. All of these guys, all of a sudden, their channels that were the news channels that they had the customer, how can I go? Yeah, the client or whatever we would go there and watch and learn about a particular person, a specific thing. All of a sudden, every time I'm going on that channel is to watch what is happening in your life. It is entertaining just at some point, but past that now, come on. So who is going to highlight the creative? Who's going to be Vitina with this specific artist what they're doing? So I do believe that is where the big problem came in. These guys pointed the cameras at themselves. They started showing us their life. They started showing us, this is my girlfriend. Now, the channel all of a sudden has become a couple channel. We now have to see your girlfriend go do shopping. We now have to watch you move to a new house. Who's going to showcase the talent? Somebody needs to take the sacrifice and showcase the talent. And for sure, by showcasing the talent, you will make money from it. But once you start making that money, just have the sacrifice of showcasing the talent and not feeling that now people now need to see me, what I'm doing. Most of these guys, they switch their channels into their own personal blogs. Right now, it's just to showcase their own lives. You are not the talent to begin with. You are a guy with a camera, a dedicated person with a camera and good questions. That is the person you are. And it worked. Not only did you help yourself earn some money, you helped an entire industry. You are doing good to society. But then the feel came in that I also need to show myself. Led to a decline in an industry. And also all of a sudden, you are not the talent. In the first place, point that camera to the talent. And when I say the talent, mostly creatives are referred to as talent. Not meaning it in a disrespectful way in terms of the guy behind does not have to, because it also requires talent to actually be good at something, be good at the camera work or whatever, or the interviewing. But in regards to the talent that I'm talking about, you're not the creative, you're not the funny guy, you're not the extremely genius musical guy, you're not the most creative fashion guy, you're not the talent, man. Just point this camera to the talent. So that is my problem with the Kenyan media. These guys stopped focusing on talent, started focusing on themselves. Now it is so bad that even the guys in radio these days, these guys guys were maybe former socialites or former. So what happens? These guys are just discussing about themselves. They're just talking about the other socialite. They're not even discussing about creative. They're not discussing about music. They're not having discussions about music in those studios, about a particular artist. Who is producing this artist? Maybe a song has been released. Oh, this artist has released this music. Who produced that song? Which studio released this song? Or maybe is it part of an upcoming album? How does that song compare to the previous song that this artist put out? How does it compare? What reinvention is this artist going through? You guys will put a song and then discuss a socialite that was dancing on that song and not speak about the artist that has actually put out the song. It's crazy. How will the industry grow? Then you'll be the same person on that radio and saying, Kenyan music is no longer that. What happened to Kenyan music? You happened to Kenyan music. You saw yourself as the talent. And so it's necessary to speak about yourself more than speaking about the talent. And I do believe that is something that can be fixed. That can be fixed. When people now take the camera and point it to the talent, I do believe it will work. I believe it will work. That is my opinion, and also just to highlight, this is my own personal opinion. This here is just my own personal diary to speak out everything that is on my mind instead of me speaking to myself. Cheers.